Hello and welcome to Moral High Ground. And today I am talking about abandoned homes. And this is something that's big in America right now. There's a lot of people who are leaving their homes, fleeing from their homes and their neighborhoods, and all at once in big groups. And there's a big uprising on YouTube with a lot of people who goes into these abandoned homes almost like they're tombs and hitting pyramids and stuff, and they're finding all these things left behind, and and it's like the city is either holding on to these properties, or they're demolishing them, they're destroying them, or either they're trying to reconstruct them, get them reopened for public or whatever. But the situation makes no sense because there's a mass quantity of abandoned places. And so on here, what I'm about to show you today is a ghost town, literally a ghost town, like tons and tons of houses, duplexes that are in this video at that time is being demolished or about to be demolished. And when you hear about why these people fled their homes, it's crazy. But this is in Ohio, man. If you don't know, Ohio has a lot of abandoned properties, either apartment complexes, houses, hotels, all kinds of stuff. It's like the whole state is leaving these things behind. But Ohio has a population of 15 million people still, even though there's a large quantity of abandoned properties. And so this is where we're getting into, and we're just going to see what's happening, because I believe, once again, the solution to fixing the homeless problem is giving them housing. Well, if you have a bunch of places that's abandoned, why not fix them up and give these people housing? If it's plausible, because some places have mold, or they might, they're sitting there abandoned, they obviously have mold, or there's some kind of wood damage, a lot of wet wood, and things like that, and a lot of dry wood is messed up, all kinds of things. There's always some kind of problem, but it can be easily solved and fixed, and there's some things that might be damage to the whole structure of the building, and there's some things that can still keep the building functionable and able to stay upright, if you get rid of the stuff that's bad. So who knows, but let's get to it. Let's see what's happening, and you see what I'm talking about.
Refrigerators, microwaves, bedding frames, vacuums, furniture, household products, refrigerators, microwaves, bedding frames, vacuums, furniture. This is crazy.
It's now or never. Again, it's one of those decisions that we really need to make. We've got getting in trouble on our side, and it's about to get knocked down. Okay.
So what she's talking about right there to him, which is actually later in the video, this is kind of like there before the video starts thing, but it's obvious thing if you're going into an abandoned building or any place that's off to the public, people aren't supposed to be there, you're trespassing, you're breaking the law, you're going to get arrested if you're caught on the scene, or at least some kind of citation. And so they're walking around this, and the thing that's so weird about this video is it's this whole town, pretty much, and it's like people are destroying it while they're there, and they're sneaking around trying not to be seen, but they're going inside these places. I wouldn't go in a lot of these homes. It just doesn't make sense. And you never know what's living in there. It could be a person that's on drugs, it could be a person that's dying, it could be abandoned animal that's been left behind with the building. It's a lot of stuff, and I think the big problem with this is they should have another idea how to keep the building secure so that things like this wouldn't happen. But thank God they did, because we wouldn't have this conversation going on right now, or this discussion about preoccupying or trying to find a way to utilize these abandoned buildings. And this is where I'm going with this, if I didn't make it clear. And so, yeah, this is what she's talking about, and you can obviously see with any of these type of videos that they're trying to be sneaky and get away from the law. So
Welcome to Woodcliff. This neighborhood was established in 1953. At this time, was a very desirable place to live. But this all would change in the 1980s. Poor management and crime would soon meet its demise. The property was declared a public nuisance as of 2008. From 2007 to 2018, numerous property code violation complaints and reports were made to the city. Homes had problems with roaches, sewer backups, mold, and structural issues.
So these are the problems that closed this neighborhood down. Sewer backing up, construction issues, mold, roaches, and a bunch of complaints and code violations and stuff like that. Now, like I said, mold is probably way more now because it was destroyed. Like I said, however long this video was, this is probably a pretty old video, and so these places are probably gone by now. But just to think how long they probably sat there, because they sat there for years when you start listening to what they're saying in the video. And if they sat there for that long and we had this big overpopulation of homeless people, why didn't they think about trying to have a state contractor go in and do these jobs? You know, just go in there and do all the jobs they need to do with these houses to get them up and running and functional again. The sewer problem is a big issue. That's more bigger, I think, than the mold and all that. Well, mold makes you sick and can kill you, but at the same time, the sewer is a thing that we all have to go. It's like, you can't deny it. You have to go to the bathroom when you gotta go. So it's a very big priority to have. And so why get a house if you can't go to the bathroom? So it's just very messed up that they didn't really think this through. And I don't think a lot of people do think things through when they make these type of big judgments.
By 2019, the city would purchase the neighborhood for approximately $10 million.
So that's another thing right there. So the city purchased the neighborhood for $10 million. Now, there's people out there, and you can go, there's just like this thing online, and they show you like all the wealthy people and how much money they have, and most of them celebrities or whatnot, you know, and a lot of them have over hundreds of millions of dollars, I mean, and it doesn't make any sense how just 10 million could put this whole neighborhood back on the plot. I mean, you know, someone will own it for 10 million, and if it costs 10 million to own it, it'd probably cost somewhere similar around there, maybe 15 million to fix them all up. And it really wouldn't even be that much. People think it costs a lot to do a lot of handyman, home repair stuff. It really doesn't. It just depends on what you're buying. If you're trying to buy marble floors, and yeah, it's going to be a little expensive because marble's more expensive. If you're going to buy Formica, it's a little cheaper than buying something that's made out of, you know, solid like tile type form stuff. It's just a lot of different things. So it wouldn't probably cost them that much. The property itself, 10 million, yes, that depends once again on someone's financial status. But my point is, well, first off, getting people out of town just because they're got little issues and stuff going down isn't a real good thing. I mean, they gave them time to get their things and stuff. It's just really bad and sad in a lot of ways.
Those that were still living here in this neighborhood were given some time to vacate, some more than others.
You just look at all the rolls and rolls of houses that they're going by, and I mean, you gotta think about this, where Ohio is and Cleveland and all that, because it's all in Ohio. It's just that the fact that these people had lives in these homes and now they're gone. And so these people might be half the people that's out there in New York, or half the people that's homeless in Las Vegas or wherever. It's just because of something like this, you know, and not really informing the public on these issues. And that's the thing that's even more shocking. You know, if something happens in one place, It's obviously could happen in another place. So it's best to be informed of whatever the issue was that caused that to happen. I mean, logically, it makes sense.
Yeah, there was one there. Smell it, it's recent.
Yes. I can smell the burning.
Obviously, this place and the one next to it was vandalized really bad, and someone probably got high or threw something in here and burnt the place down, fireworks, you don't know. But it does remind me of that scene from Robin Hood Men in Tights, where the blind dude went up to the statue in the middle of the place where the house used to be. And I don't know, stupid, but it does. So just by looking at the neighborhood and how the grass is, you can tell it's been a long time because you can't see any driveways. Obviously there would be some kind of driveways or parking lot because there's so much houses, there's so many places, so you have to park your car somewhere. So yeah, it's been quite a while whenever this happened. See, so here they got a driveway, and they probably drove all the way back and parked in the back or whatever. I don't really like, in a way, somehow how this neighborhood's made because you're too close to your neighbors. This is the problem I got, period. I don't like being too close to people, and then neighbors anyway. I think you should be able to do what you want in your yard. If you want to go out there and have a barbecue or whatever, plant some stuff, you know, kick a freaking, you know, Wave Master or something. If you don't know, that's like a kicking punching bag. And it's like, you know, it's just like, doesn't make any sense. You know, they want to build a trampoline for the kids, you know, go ahead. But I think being too close to people is what causes conflict in society. And I'm not, I know this sounds weird with all the things I say about coming together and understanding and things, but I mean just on your everyday living, you have to have space from people. You gotta get space, you gotta get room to breathe, and you know, people be nosy, they want to be your friend, but then again, they like to just, people that want to be your friend is backstabbing and underhanded and just straight up, you know what I'm saying, like, sketchy. So, there's no point in trying to, you know, work with people that can't work with you. And it's probably another reason why there were so many complaints about damage and stuff with this area, because they were so, you know, they kind of separated, but they didn't separate it enough, let's put it that way.
They're right there.
So they're really trying not to be seen.
We're going to try and go over that side, away from the west.
Let's walk that way then.
Like I said, you can kind of see the sidewalk, but the vegetation took everything over. And not that bad. This is not really that bad. Of, you know, there's other properties they show where vegetation grew wild because there's no one to trim the hedges or mow the lawn, and the trees grow over tall over the buildings and destroy them and stuff like that. But this isn't that bad, which means it's been a while, but it hasn't been so long of a while that you can't recognize that there's a building there.
This one's got its own little cute garden. Oh, it's rose garden. Sorry?
Yeah, I don't see why not. This place is trashed.
Wow.
Guys,
Oh, look.
this is completely trashed.
Yeah, see this part right here, and I don't even want to, well, my point is that these people leave their personal stuff behind in these places, and they don't know why they're doing it. You know, there's something, reason why they gotta leave. But the fact that you're photographing it, and you're already trespassing, so it's like you're pretty much exposing these people who probably don't even want to be known that they left this place. They probably don't want their family to be recognized from being there and all that, because it was such a tragic event for them, or heartbreaking, or even just downright, you know, anger from having to leave your own home, you know. So it's just like really stupid. It's really stupid for him to film their personal effects, and that's what I'm saying.
We got like family photos here.
Okay guys, so me and Kim are going to be doing this explore together, side by side, because there is nothing.
And I was like, what do you think? Do you think it was actually a hoarder that lived here, or do you think it was they left so fast, they left everything, and then people came in and trashed the hell out of this place looking for things that were expensive enough to sell somewhere else? You know, I believe that any of these buildings, that there might have been some kind of guy going around trying to strap for copper and all kinds of metal and stuff. I mean, this is how a lot of people make a living. They don't go get a job, they strap for metal and things like that, you know. So either way, this is completely sad, because if all that stuff, let's just imagine like maybe this stuff was all together before someone came in and trashed it, you know. That means like they really had to leave a lot of stuff behind, because you see boxes in there, which means they tried to box some stuff up so they could leave. Just maybe never got around to it because the time date came up closer and they were depressed. You don't know what the scenario is, but either way, none of this is good.
I'm going to close the door. That'll give us a little bit of privacy. Look.
This is crazy.
And then over here, look.
Oh, this is too much clutter.
And see, he's walking through it. He's walking through all this crap. But at the same time, it's like, I'll be worried about falling on my ass, some kind of bugs jumping on me, some weird-ass rodents, all that. It's crazy. This is like he thinks he's Indiana Jones right now, like him and his girl.
Look at this. It's one of those blow fans for your fireplace.
It's called a bellow, if you don't know. It's not a blow fan for your fireplace. It's called a bellows. Bellow. It's an old British term. Yeah.
Clothes still left.
Now this is a sign where you know it was an emergency if their clothes is left behind. Most people don't leave their clothes behind. So if they left their clothes behind, they had to get out of there immediately. They got out of there fast. And seeing how much stuff there is, it had to be something seriously severe within the neighborhood to get them out of this house. You know, and that's the tragic thing. And see, the fact, like I'm saying, because this isn't public, I'm thinking, like, when I say public, I mean all these buildings these people are filming should be on the news. They should be on the news that they went out there and they searched these places and whatnot, and people should know about it, because what if there was some kind of chemical problem that happened in the soil or something, or some kind of, you know what I'm saying, threat in the air that made people had to leave, some toxin that could have killed them if they didn't get out fast enough. You don't know. You really don't know. But the thing about it is, you know, it's like Because this ain't the only one. There's so many of them. And so it's the thing I'm going to start talking about a little bit more along with the homeless situation, because I think they go hand in hand. We wouldn't have so many homeless people if their homes wasn't taken from them, or whatever their scenario is that got them out there. And we wouldn't have a large quantity of properties that's just abandoned. It just doesn't make any sense. You know, either way you look at it, the government's responsible. And yeah, I think it should be a guarantee that if you're American and you live in this country, and the way they promote America, this is the richest country, it's the wealthiest country, we, you know, free, land of the free, home of the brave, all this crap, right? Then how come we can't keep our own homes? You buy them, you might spend half your time to get the money to get it, and then once you get it, you still don't own it. You know, there's a difference between mortgage and buying at price, and I keep trying to explain this to people, because I had houses, and I had paid cash, okay, from my inheritance and so forth. And when it comes to talking to someone who pays a mortgage, they're like, I bought this house, I pay monthly. When I owned the house by paying for it, I only paid once a year on taxes. That's the difference, and people don't understand that. But when you're under something like this, these people were renting, obviously, but it still doesn't make sense that they will let this whole town, neighborhood, or whatever, go to crap. That's a lot of financial money they can put into this place, invest it, and let something happen. You know, I mean, they let something happen to get those people out. Not unless it was just greed, and there's some kind of thing, because they're demolishing this in this video while these two are looking around, which means there's probably some expensive developer who wants to tear it all down and build like a skyscraper, or, you know, some kind of coliseum. You never know. But either way, I think if it came down to it, like I said, we're supposed to be Americans. Everybody's supposed to be rich and wealthy and all that crap, and we're, you know, all the stuff they lie to us about, you know. But if that's the case, then at any given time they could take wherever you got, whatever it is, you know, and use it for their own will. But when it comes to these properties and stuff, it means you truly don't own anything. You're truly not as wealthy or whatever as you think you are compared to someone else in another country. And it's just like, where's the truth in trying to be what America represents, or what the government says they represent in the people? And it's just something you gotta think about, because we all live here.
Makes me wonder what's upstairs. Oh, this is ridiculous.
And it's way too much stuff. It obviously looks like a hoarder was in this place, but I'm beginning to really think it was just someone breaking in. But I mean, they left so much stuff behind, it doesn't make any sense. And it also makes you wonder about the value of stuff that you buy when you look at this type of thing. You know, you're spending money on things. There's certain videos I've seen where there's some expensive stuff that they had, and they just left them behind. So all this crap people do when a new thing comes out, or the expensive thing, and you're wasting your money on this stuff, is it really valuable? Is it what you truly need? Or is it what you truly want because it will help you move steadily forward and advance in life? Or is it something where it holds memories and something passionate to you, something very sentimental, you know, something you don't know about? So it's just crazy. It is, in so many ways, I'm trying to say is human life has to be more than just purchasing things and trying to work every day, you know, and then it's like you have no time to yourself. And I think, you know, I hear a lot of videos on YouTube and things on the internet where Gen Z doesn't like working. Hell, no one likes working, but you gotta get money the right way sometimes, instead of trying to do it the fast way, the quick way, because those ways will put you either in jail or put you straight in the coffin. So, I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, what doesn't make sense is how things could be taken away from you quicker than shit, and you have nothing to gain from it. You wasted your time trying to get an Xbox or a freaking PlayStation 5 or something, and yet if something happens like this, that thing's gone, or you know, you got hard times, you gotta sell the thing. Nothing's truly yours. And this is why they say possession is 9/10 of the law, but that's really just a way to protect the criminal instead of the person that actually purchased the thing. You know, and how many people actually keep receipts? How many people actually write it all down? Because actually, when you own property and you have items, you're supposed to write it all down and categorize everything. You got to be super efficient if you're going to be an adult in America, because even if you just buy things and just got it, no one's going to care. They're going to say, okay, you got it, but if someone comes to steal it from you and say it's theirs, 9/10 of the law is theirs. But if you had it categorized, you can say, oh, this is mine. The only other way to avoid all this whole scenario is not to let nobody in your home. You know.
All the shoes. You can smell burning somewhere. Look at that. Polar Bear Express. Yeah, I got totes in there filled with personal belongings and more clothes, shoes. Look at this, even writings. Need some stuff out of this. Oh wow. White Castle Slider Pilot. Look at these glasses.
Funny thing too about these type of videos, these guys always act like something they come across that looks somewhat decent or new. They act like it's like this hidden treasure, like, oh my god, look at this relic type of thing, and it's just something we commonly seen all the time. But we have no idea what these personal effects mean to the individuals that lost it. At the same time, there's probably some, you know, spiritual stuff behind it. There's manifest demons and stuff attached to certain things. You never know. It's just crazy. But the thing that he's avoiding right here is he's got this girl's photo sitting right there while he's doing it. So he just keeps showing these people's families. I think if they were going to do these type of things, you got to be very, cautious on trying to show people's faces and things from the people that lost these stuff. And another scenario should be that the government should try to at least find a way to put these people back in their homes so they won't be homeless. You know, that's just my opinion.
They're freaking old. Of course, the bed. More shoes, more clothes.
Obviously, it was some kind of family whole thing that lived there. Looks like mostly females because of all the clothes. But it's just like horrible, man, that this would ever happen.
Of course, you know, there's clothes all in that dresser. Filled. Look at the bed. What's this? It's like a newer tie. Look. Just bought.
Not anymore.
That's really cool. The bathroom, of course, you don't want to walk in there. Why is it filled with so much water?
So, from what he's asking about it filled with water, the obvious scenario would be that either the water didn't work and had all these jugs to try to flush whatever down. I mean, that's always a scenario. Or maybe they were peeing in the jugs and putting it in there. Who knows what was happening. But this here, once again, it could be a squatter, someone that came in and just said, okay, this place is abandoned, I'm going to use this place. Or it could be the scenario of being a hoarder. So it's one of the two. That's the way I look at it. But obviously you can tell by some of these buildings, people have been there just to destroy them and stuff. Just cows break things. Why the hell not, you know?
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, look, you can tell this has been untouched for years. This bathroom's got cobwebs. Another family photo.
Again, why?
Stuff all around here. Look, tell this was meant to be. Gettysburg. The movie. Binoculars. More family photos. All kinds of stuff. Here's some canned goods that were left behind. Oh.
Okay, I'm not gonna look in the refrigerator. That stuff's just gross. So I'm gonna move it forward a bit, and reason why, because I don't want to be stuck all on one thing. I want to try to show as many of these things as possible, because in the neighborhood, more importantly, because it just doesn't make sense how you can lose so much and not be able to obtain it again. And at the same time, just all the crap going on with the United States and people being homeless and taking on immigrants that are homeless from another country, because all the stuff during the Biden administration, there's a lot of immigrants that are running around as homeless and adding to more numbers on the people who aren't housed. And none of it's right. You know, I don't think any of this is morally right. You know, I really believe you should own what you bought. It should pass on to generations. There shouldn't be assholes coming up trying to tell you, hey, you want to sell your home? You know, I used to hate that, you know, to call my house. Oh, you want to sell? No, we don't need you to call my house. I don't want to sell it. I'm going to figure a way to do it. You know, and so that's it.
Oh, they're pointing it right at us.
They are looking over this way. We don't know if we've been spotted yet.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get up in this one.
Hey, this seems a little bit.
Nothing really left in this one.
No. I'm gonna grab this side up here and go that way.
Pretty empty.
So you can tell the difference between this place and the other places that someone did some damage. Like right now you can see the door got kicked in, and that's why you got all this wall stuff that's hanging right over here and all this, you know. It just doesn't make any sense why these weren't even protected or guarded, you know, at night. So it is really crazy. The one thing I will say about this one compared to the other one, now the other one has a lot of damage, a lot of stuff in it. It automatically must have mold. It has obviously some probably rotten floors and a whole bunch of dry rot and all that, probably with the wood. So it's like that place is probably really damaged with roaches and rats and all this. This place looks somewhat decent, which means whoever lived there probably didn't own a lot of stuff, and it looks like everything's together. The only problem is that they went in and destroyed the property. And so with a little bit of property damage this thing has, not only we ain't, you know, went through the whole building yet, but the little bit of property damage it has, it should be repaired and put back on the market, or at least used to house somebody, you know. And I mean, you gotta have some kind of goal. Excuse me. You gotta have some kind of goal to do these places. You know, you can't just throw them away. That's the problem. Is we became a disposable society. We get stuff and throw it away, or we buy a new thing. The old thing doesn't matter no more. But it all matters, you know. And you have to find a way to make useful things out of stuff we got. You know, if that makes sense.
Okay, this was more modern than the other one was. At least it's more clean. fire alarm's going off. Well, the, you know, smoke detector.
I think this was just an empty house. Oh wow. So they've put up like this fake wall here to make themselves a little corridor.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, the room was a little bigger than it should have, and they turned the master into probably another room.
There's another floor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, this place, like she said, it looks like probably just an empty house, but still, the whole neighborhood's abandoned. There's probably several more that's like this, and there should be someone going in to look at them. That's a city official, sees how the city bought it for $10 million to make sure that no one's doing anything to these properties, that they all stay just about as decent as this one, a little bit, you know, and it just would make more sense. I just don't get it, you know, the greed, the selfishness, and the not caring of other people's lives. It's just like this ongoing theme that's attractive to people now, which I find to be aggravating, just straight up wrong. And I think it needs to be judged by the highest of high, the highest judge of all, you know, God himself, or anybody that they can look at something and say, this ain't right, you know what I mean? And get to the bottom to it, you know, get to the bottom and get it right.
No, it's just the smoke detector.
It's right with it. Okay. Oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
So this would have been the attic, but they've converted it into another.
Right.
See, even the attic is good. This is a property that you could, or they could have turned over. And it doesn't make any sense. Like, even right here, you could have made a bedroom. I don't know, by her walking it, it looks like it could be a little big for maybe 2 people, you know, and that'd have been perfect, you know, space. As well as the room they showed downstairs that looked like they tried to make 2 areas for something, for whatever reason, you know, and you know, probably could rent it out, whatever. It just doesn't make sense. It's a waste of good building that they think the building's absolutely, but the building isn't. This one isn't.
Oh, there's my bed.
So yeah, once again, you can see all through out there that there's a whole bunch of, you know, this is like, there's a lot of places. Every last one of them, not one of them has a person in there, but every last one of them is empty, abandoned, for I don't know how many years now, but that's crazy. It's gotta be weird, you walk up to a place and the door's already ripped off. It doesn't make too much sense.
Okay, there's a few. Is that an old TV station?
Entertainment system?
Wow.
I don't know for sure. Computer of some sort?
Old TV.
Oh,
they
it
had the
is.
mirrors in them, didn't they, to reflect?
Oh, man.
Wow. That's like a big TV system there.
So this is obvious the same scenario as the previous house that they just came in and trashed the joint for whatever reason, and it's pretty stupid. I mean, they did not think when they got these people out to even protect these places, and it just shows you the lack of care in the local government in Ohio.
Well, refrigerators are always staying open here. Look at the wine glasses. The martini glasses, actually. Look at here, another basement.
Look at the walls. They look like there's mold everywhere on these walls and stuff. And the thing I'm really amazed at is this guy just keeps walking in a whole bunch of crap and stepping over things and not getting hurt at all. And like he's got magical floating abilities or something.
We got Uno cards. Smells like car.
Now that whole ground there looks bad, and you have to tear it up. I'm pretty positive it must be like a cement ground, and they just threw carpet over it. But it's got so much mold in the carpet that it looks like this.
Carpet. Another entertainment system. Speaking of, look, Johnny Depp in Secret Window, Red Dragon, Lord of War, all these DVDs. I keep seeing these everywhere. So there's like someone's station here, workstation with a refrigerator.
Hey, this is so big. You can find all these refrigerators, and that's the thing I hate about these videos type of things. Is it always go to the refrigerator like we really need to see what's in the refrigerator. It doesn't make any sense. It's just empty and nasty with whatever's left behind. And he keeps saying, so the comment he just made though too, when he entering this room, he said he keeps seeing so many DVDs, which will give you the idea of the time period that this place was abandoned. It was around the time DVDs and was really popular, DVD systems and DVDs. So that would be like the early 2000s. So
Not quite opened.
with all that mold on that refrigerator, it's horrible.
And there's your nasty food. And I am breathing that shit in.
Like, look, it's literally the whole refrigerator right here is full of mold. It's just like, why would you even bother touching this? It's just something they do, I don't know, for entertainment.
Oh God. No Blizzard from Dairy Queen. Bread.
Oh man.
Ah. Yeah. Oh. That did not smell too good. I came close to throwing up.
What happened?
There's an untouched refrigerator downstairs and I breathed it in.
Oh, I can smell it up here.
Oh,
Are you good?
I am now.
Yeah.
So the firefighters and contractors are over here somewhere. So as long as we stay clear of them, we should have the rest of this place to ourselves.
In a way, they are trespassing, of course. But in a way, it's kind of like they're not. If you can point to where the city officials are and things, you know, non-emergency, whatever you want to call it, and you're already in a neighborhood that's abandoned with places that look like they've been tore open all over the place, I don't think you really pose a threat to anybody. They're just like, oh, they're just walking around, we're going to tear them down anyway type of thing. Yeah, I don't know. But it just doesn't seem like they give a damn. Period. Or these places would have never got trashed after they got rid of the residents at each home.
Guys, this is like people's backyards and front yards. Houses they lived in for years. Parking lots.
Yeah, the little parking lots, yeah.
Oh yeah,
We're going towards them. There's a white van in between
Yeah.
the houses there.
they're burning one down. Oh, there's a guy there. There's a guy there.
I just saw him as well. Yeah, I'm literally working.
So the rest of this video, I mean, I can go on and on about this video, but I think you need to find it for yourself. I don't know, I'll leave the title of the video in the descriptions below, and you can look and find out more about this abandoned town and what they went through searching. And we only went about 18 minutes into the video. And but my point is just trying to say, this is shocking. This is shocking, the whole neighborhood. And as you keep watching this video, you'll see more and more of the town. Like, just it's not even town, just a big ass neighborhood with houses that go around and around and some weird labyrinth, you know, and without the Muppets singing and stuff. But yeah, it's just really sad, lonely type of thing. Because even if you're in there, it's sad. So we need better people to take over local governments. And I say use the smartest people, the goodest people, I'm serious, you know, and vote them in. Don't vote the presidents that they want you to vote in. Don't vote the Congress people that they want you to vote in. Vote the ones you know that care, the ones that's trying to fight the good fight, the ones that actually have a heart for the people and try to make it work. That's the best way you can do it. Otherwise, you're just adding to the problem. This stuff happens not because of people lacking the ability to pay their stuff or the ability to maintain their house properly. It happens because of greed. It happens because of greed, selfishness, and this is not right. None of it's morally right because they didn't think about these people, or there wouldn't be so much stuff left behind. They didn't care about what their families was doing. They didn't care if the kid was getting good grades or the parent was about to become a CEO or something. They just trashed the whole scenario, and because they're destroying this place in the middle of these people filming, tells you that there has to be a big developer somewhere who purchased the land. So until next time, people, peace be with you, blessings upon you always. None of this is morally right. That's my opinion. If you think so, leave a comment, let me know. And got these freaking. Anyway, if you think you got a comment that you want to say about this, let me know. And peace be.